Good morning, preschool. So today's activity is going to be playing with macaroni and goop, kind of like playing with worms in mud. So here I have boiling water. It's super, super hot. And I have my noodles. So I'm going to pour my noodles in here. And I have to wait for the noodles to get soft. I'll show you what it looks like. So those are the noodles right now. I gotta wait for them to get soft. That way they kind of feel like worms. So while we're waiting, I have a big bowl and I have some flour, cocoa powder, and water. And we're gonna make our goop. So, let's see. We'll do a decent amount of flour. So I'm gonna add my flour into the bowl, like this. And then I'm going to add some cocoa powder into my bowl. Why do you think I'm adding this stuff to it? What color is it? If we're playing with worms and mud, what color is the mud? And I'm going to add my water. I'm going to start mixing it. I'm going to add a little bit more. What's happening? What's happening in the bowl? What happens when I'm mixing the water in the ingredients? What do you think it might feel like? Kind of smells like chocolate. So, finish mixing this. I'll add a little bit more water. All right, so this is mixed. Now I'm gonna look at my pasta, my noodles. I mix those a little bit. They're getting there. See? Should be done in a couple more minutes. So, where do you think worms might live? Do you remember from the book? Do you think they live on the sidewalk? Or do you think they live in the ground? Because I think I remember the book saying that the worms dig holes, and that's where they sleep. They dig holes in the ground. And do you think there is only one kind of worm, or do you think there's many different worms? Different kinds of worms? Like big and small, different kinds of names. There might be different kinds of worms. Maybe. Looks like our worms have about a minute left. One more minute and they're good to take out. Our mud looks pretty good. What's your favorite thing to do during the springtime? I like to go for walks. When do you think worms come out? When do you think you'll see worms? Do you see them in the winter when it's really cold? Or in the summer or in the spring? I normally see them after it rains outside. Why do you think that is? Why do you think they come outside when it rains? Maybe it's because they like the wet dirt. Maybe that's why. I wonder what they eat. I remember they eat plants, dead plants. That's right, they eat small rocks too. I didn't know that. I learned that from the book today, that they eat small rocks. And I remember them saying, the book saying that worms are good for gardens and plants. So that's something else I learned today. What did you learn today about worms? Okay. So, our worms are ready. I need to dump all the water out. I'm gonna dump all the water out. So, I'll be right back. Okay, I dumped all the water out. We gotta wait for them to cool a little bit. Why do you think I want to wait for them to cool a little bit? Because they were in really hot water just now. Do you think that if I put them in there, it would feel very good when I put my hands in there? I don't think so either. What do you think worms feel like? Are they super dry? Are they slimy? Do they tickle? Do they move a lot? I remember from the book it said that worms have little hairs. I didn't know that. That's pretty cool. did not know that. Okay. They seem cool enough. So I'm gonna dump my worms in. I'm gonna mix it. Mix my worms up. I wonder what it's gonna feel like. All right, ready? Now, let's try it. I'm gonna stick my hands in. Make sure, oh, I'm gonna wash my hands. Make sure that we always wash our hands during sensory activities, right? So I'm gonna wash my hands, and then I'm gonna stick my hands in and see what it feels like. Okay, my hands are clean. Now, are we ready? Ooh. Feels kind of cool. Definitely slippery. Now, are worms usually this small? Or they maybe a little longer, thicker maybe? Instead of using macaroni, you could also use spaghetti, which are the long, long noodles. It definitely feels slimy. It smells kind of like chocolate. Maybe that's from the stuff that I put in. I feel soft, kind of thick. Do you think that this is what worms feel like? Or what worms feel when they're in the dirt? Well, also, is dirt hard or soft? I think it might depend if it's wet or dry. So yes, this is our activity for today that you can try at home with Mom and Dad. And I hope you enjoy and have fun. All right, have a good day.